Good leaders don't let their surroundings control their emotions. Instead, good leaders control their emotions in the middle of their surroundings. It has taken me a long time to make any headway on learning how to be more joyful in my situations, and I am by no means perfect at it, but it's something that I've been working on and something I'd like to talk to you guys about today. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to throw fits all the time, and I would just say, oh, he made me so mad, or oh, I'm just so upset about this, and my mom would have to remind me that choosing to be joyful is something that we can control. We don't have to let our emotions sway with every bad thing that comes our way. In the midst of that, we can choose to be joyful. Choosing to be joyful doesn't just happen overnight. It's something that you have to practice, something that you have to work on and make little decisions every day. So I've got a few suggestions, if you're interested in trying them out, that I think really have helped me practice the experience of choosing to be joyful. The first practice that I would recommend is choosing the longest line in the grocery store. This isn't original to me. I heard this when my pastor was talking about it to our congregation one Sunday, but I love the idea. The idea of choosing to do something that most people get really frustrated about, and during that time where you're just waiting for that person who's got 300 cans of soda and a bag of chips and they're moving very slowly, during that time when you could be annoyed and you could be frustrated, instead choosing to be patient and just saying, you know what, this doesn't matter, it's only going to take an extra 5 minutes and I'm going to be okay at the end. The next thing that I would recommend is not sending your food back at a restaurant if it's not exactly right, because ultimately having mustard on our hamburger is a preference of ours, and that hamburger is just as edible without the mustard. So if it's something that doesn't affect your allergies, that won't threaten your life, I recommend eating the food even if it's a little bit wrong. We're very lucky to be able to go to restaurants and have food delivered to our table anyway. So suffering through that food that maybe isn't your exact preference is a great way to practice choosing joy when things aren't exactly going your way. And lastly, I recommend starting a gratitude journal. This is something that I talk about all the time and I absolutely love it. I keep my gratitude journal in my bullet journal and I just write down something that I'm grateful for every day. I love this because there's nothing that takes as little time and has such a big payoff as writing down what you're grateful for in your gratitude journal. If you write down something that you're grateful for at the beginning of every day, then it allows you to look through a lens of gratitude for the rest of your day. In my opinion, there are two ways that you can have a joyful outlook on life. The first way is what we were just talking about, where you find little ways to implement that decision even when you're being inconvenienced. Another way that some people come to have a joyful outlook on life is through experience. There are two ways that people react whenever they undergo a trial. Either they become stronger and they withstand the pain, or they become bitter and defeated. I would encourage you, if you're going through a trial right now, or if one comes up in your life, consider how you're reacting to that. Think about what's going to happen in the end. What will be the result of this? You will become stronger through this trial. And through that, you can have a perspective of joy. Even in the middle of the trial, you can be grateful for the fact that you are being made stronger and you are being made more perfect because you are learning, you are becoming wiser, and you've got experience. So I want to end with this. In any situation, you have the power to control how you react and how you feel, and ultimately, how you come out on the other side. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content. Also, be sure to check out my website. It's www.beagoalgetter.net. Thank you for watching.